And welcome back. I'm Alan Cook again to show you the magnificent works of Leonardo da Vinci. Now again, and I will repeat it till the day I die, this is the lost Da Vinci painting that is not lost no more. It is the older Mona Lisa being serenaded by Jesus Christ. It is a magnificent painting. There's over 1,000 YouTubes. You will see and judge on your own. Now, if you take a look at this guy right here, okay, and you put it next to one of his other images of a sketching of a dog, you'll see that the face here, this area, is the same here when brought out. We're going to get into some of his hidden ways that he pulls and hides. So if you got your thinking cap on today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a little rundown. Now, there's a signature that he has done, and it's by his foot. It is unable to be seen by the human eye. This is unable to be seen unless it's been pulled. It has a different type of image. So you pull certain colors, and it takes his hidden works that pull out. Now, this is a signature that spells out Leonardo da Vinci Sir Pierre. It has a man with a stick, and he's like got his arm sitting in here, sitting like in a chair, a tuning fork, and it continues. We'll be bouncing back and forth. Now, all of what you see before you is unable to be seen by the human eye. Now, we'll be getting back to this because it is in one of the last parts of this video. But I'm going to put this off to the side, and we're going to do a little bit of bouncing back and forth, and you're going to have to forgive me because that's what I normally do. It's just in my traits. It's one of those natural things in me. Now, this is the younger Mona Lisa. She is in her teens. She's beautiful. She's well known in the world, and she so happens to have that mystique type of smile. And the reason why she has that smile is because he makes her move across the room. She's over here and she flows across, hidden within the works, just like in the doggy of my man's face. In that particular area, you can take the Mona and you can flip her any which way. You can turn her this way and you'll find her here. You turn her this way, you'll find her here in a micro. And it continues. No matter which way you turn his works, you will find his works. That's how talented Leo is. Now, I'm going to put her off to the side, and we'll probably most likely get back to her near the end of the video. But the image right here is of what is in question of Leonardo da Vinci's works. And I'm going to show you how that exists. This particular one actually exists in a highlight, very, very much so, that they seem to have in the Discovery Channel, the question mark about this painting of Leo's that they left an open door on. Well, there's no need for a open door anymore because I'm closing it today for you to understand. There's going to be a ton, thousands of other videos just on this boy easily because it's in the Mona and it's in my painting, and I'm going to show you. So bear with me, and I'm going to put it off to the side because this image right here is how when you do a transfer. Now, you got to understand what I'm going to be trying to explain. First of all, before we get into some of the works of where it goes, you have to understand, and it's going to be difficult with the X-ray, that this becomes a big S. Okay, even though it looks like a mess, okay, but what he has is like here's an S flowing around. This is an S sideways, and then he does an A, then he does an L, then he does an A, then he does an I, and he continues. He keeps writing. Now, cut your imagination for you to understand. if you take a look at what his hand is holding, when you take a look at this up in here, it looks like Robbie the Robot in Lost in Space. But you take this portion off, and it's a dog with the eye and the eye. So what he does is he builds these images, all these images. Here's an eye, nose, and a mouth. This is another face looking this way, and another face looking this way, and little bodies, and it continues. These are all, if you screenshot this, you would spend probably years just going through whatever little images, 360 degrees to big and small, because they change in distance and shadow and lighting and color. You get into more than a lifetime that you can explore just in this painting. And that's a fact. Now, don't knock yourself down if you can't read what I'm saying. So, for instance, here comes across, this goes to here, then it fades his line. Now remember, black is a color. If he changes it, that don't mean nothing. You may not see it and you go, ha ha ha, you're making it. But no, because if you really think about it, here's the S, then he's got an A, then he has an L, okay? And then he does an A again, because you can see it in the color right here in the highlight of his shiny of his face, and then he has an I. So he's got his lover's name, S-A-L-A-I. Then he does it over and over and over again, and he spells his name because he's in love. But if you really take a look, he's always painting love, and he's painting Leonardo and Sali and Melzi. And how do you know that? Here, watch. This is an E. It goes like this. This is an E. He spits it out like that. Or you can go like this and goes like this. This is a V. So now you have an E and you have a V. You have an O here. So now you have O, V, E. Where's your L? Your L's all over the place. But he uses a big black L. Here's an L, O, okay, V, E, love. And he continues this because you can actually continue it around this way and this way. You know, so he can go L, O, V, and he shares an E in here, an E in the white. Here's an E, boom, boom, boom. So he goes L, O, V, and he can go E. And he got a little E, and he continues. Love, 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 love. Leonardo da Vinci is a heck of a lover. Now you're going to find out some more about this, but let me show you a difficult part that's going to be more even intense for you to try to understand. I went crazy for 10 weeks just trying to stare at some of his stuff and didn't understand any of his works. But if you line this arrow up, and it doesn't have to be just here, but this is only for this portion of this video, because anywhere you put it, it's going to be, because that's the way Leo planned it. But if you pay attention to this guy here, this is what I call the V snake. Well, it actually, in different images, when you pull it like you do in other colors, this becomes two faces looking at each other, and then it comes the third face. But it's a snake, and it has a lot of innuendos to it. Okay. Also, the word Sali, S-A-L-A-I, and also he changes the A to a U. We've gotten into that. My time frame, I know, is running really, really, really low in this sense. But when you overlay, you'll see this I here. This I here is a O. You can screenshot that, and when you overlay that, you can see how it perfectly lays over this particular image with the snake in with the heart that sits in here. That's a heart. And this is a heart. So when you overlay the two, you have the snake of the design that flows in here. It gets even better because, again, remember, when he makes these images move, these shadows that you have here line up periodically like the snake. He'll give you a little of this, he'll give you a little of that. You know, you're in that position. He'll give you this, and then you give you a little of the S. That's the way Leo is. Why? because he's a code man. So when you actually take a look at this Soli, you can even see when this snake is floating right back up in here. We're going to do this kind of quick because we got a lot more. This right here, you can see the Soli writing in here. So I'm going to hold it here, and you can see the S burning through right in here, starting across to get to the heart. Okay, so we're going to put this down to the side for a second, and I'm going to show you the image that's back behind here. The image that's back behind here is this image. And when you take this image here and you overlay it, this is the skull. The skull's down in here, and I'll show you what this is. This is the Mona Lisa, but it's super blown up and superposed in black and white. When you take this particular image, you're going to see how the hand will line up in the stars of Leonardo da Vinci's works. You can even see it starting here, and you make it go across the room. Just follow and connect the stars. So when you get this particular image lined up here, you'll see how the eyes line up in the stars, how the head flows around in the stars and lined, boom, boom, boom. He's got the circles and the stars. It continues, because that's the way Leo does it. You can see how the hand fits within the groove. You can see this L zigzag, how it flows right in here with the L. Because watch what I have. Here's an L, right? Here's another L. Here's another L. These are in stars, and I hadn't even shifted over. So when you shift it over, there it is again. You just need to drop it a portion. You shift it over, and you drop it a portion. Here's another L. This is a perfect example without me having to keep moving it. And here's another L. See, that's the way Leo is. So you can see how the hand's going to fit with the fingers. You can see how that fits in the L when the hand fits. And it goes here, and it goes here. And this is very difficult to slide a mouse and hold the trigger for it to be transparent. Now, here's another thing you have to understand. It's coming up. Okay, let me see if I can find the more portioned part that enlightened me just a hair. You to see. Okay, so you can see how the shoulder in the circle and the arm goes up. Watch. You pull this down, you can see the arm, even when it's down. Here's the arm. Dot 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 dot. Dot, dot, dot. Put this up. Bam. Okay, now, here comes the trick. I'm going to put this down for you to see if you can understand this. You can screenshot it anytime you want. The letter 8 stands for infinity. And the A, if you use if you use a circle, okay, here's an 8. Boom, goes across, boom, 8. That's an 8 right here. I'm not needing to draw it out. Why? Because there's tons of 8s. Here's another 8. Okay? And then it continues. Here's another 8. And it continues. All these, screenshot it, and you will be able to print this out, and you will draw probably 1,000 8s out of it. Because don't forget, no matter which way you turn it, it comes out to be, guess what? An 8. Well, it also comes out to be his artwork, because don't forget we have the L. Somehow he integrates these things. See, he has a I-O-U, and it looks like an O, an I, okay, and he has a U. Well, he actually spells I love you a lot of times. Well, because here's an L, here's an O, here's a V, and then he does his E, L, L-O-V-E, in this, mixed up in the 8s. Because, well, that's Leo. Well, if you actually take a look at making a heart, and you see it on a license plate, and you say, I heart you, you know the endo means I love you. So everything he paints, along with the different colors and images in which we pulled, I hope you're with me, you'll know that he is painting Infinity love, because 8 stands for infinity, and the heart gives you the endo of love, and it becomes I heart you. Now, this particular image right here is a unique image And I don't know if you can see this. Let's see here. A reduction is probably needed because it is very, very large, and it is of a boy. And the boy so happens to be in the image of the twisted 8. See, right here. This is the twisted S of the Mona. Okay, I'm going to move this over. This is the Mona sideways, as you can see. And when you turn it and into this degree, and you open it up here, this is a boy. You can see his nose, his chin, his eye, the top of his head. Well, that's another hidden works that's in there. What gets very interesting of Leo, that this particular piece gets to be the same image in which that is in my x-ray that comes out to be this image. And why? Because if you see, this is a C with a notch and an opening. It goes like this, goes around, comes around, and notches. This so happens to do the same here. So when I take this particular image and I re-rotate it for you, I know I'm running out of time, there's it's very long YouTube, you can see the C, how it goes as what I just showed you in here. So I'm running really, really behind because I only got 4 minutes left before getting into 20 minutes here. So this particular image actually fits in here in a certain level and a certain different transparency. So when you actually take, again, my image, which is, I've got to find it, please, and take this image, and you take this image, and you even get it into another position, which I've done before in the past. This image here, whoops, sorry, I have to change the movements. This image in here, this little image, actually has this image in it of his works. So when I blow this up, this fits in the image perfectly because Leo makes his images move. See? And I didn't plan to do that right now, but that's the way Leo did. He will not give you a portrait. He give you a little. He's a cheater. So don't forget, listen, I don't know how to explain it in such a small little video, but there's 1,000+ videos that show that this image of Leonardo da Vinci, hidden works, it's his diary, it's his registry, it's everything you can dream of. And I really got to go because I'm losing. And this is a younger woman. It is the younger Mona. This is the older Mona. This is also Jesus Christ proposing. Take a look at my YouTubes. Trust me, if anybody can help me on social media advertisement to go viral, please do. And don't forget, listen, may you please wash your hands, social distance, and wear a mask. I'm sorry that I have to rush this. I gave you more than what I expected. I have spent 4 days just on prepping. I hope that you understand it's may God bless the whole world, the whole universe, and the whole heavens. And I love you all. Please give me a thumbs up. And anybody can give me any help technically in the sense of getting this to where I got my YouTube running the proper way, and the advertisements and the emails, it's all down below. And I say thank you very much. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Amen.